Hello people of the internet, greetings. So, many of you knew that I used to have a BMW E46 that I didn't have for very long. For instance, we've got a couple of BMW E90 estates, or E91s should I say. But obviously I've got my Fiat there, and the yellow Fiat, that is currently been stolen by my brother. Because he's used it to go to work in. And I've brought something else. What did I buy? What is it? What is this thing? Oh god, what was that? Oh no. Did we not learn our lesson from the Citroen BX that we had? Oh dear. Well, not to worry. Because this is basically a pretty much a Fiat, just with a different brand name. This is the Citroen Dispatch. You're thinking to yourself, why the hell's he gone and bought a van? Well, with our lovely little camper van that we're doing down the side of the house, I thought I would like to have a go at doing my own personal one. So I went out and bought this, and I bought this for for £325. This van. It's got a. I don't really want to run the engine because the cam belt's never been changed on this. The guy has had this 10 years. It needs some work on the key. The key's a bit. I don't know if it's supposed to spring open. I don't think it is, but the central locking in there doesn't work anymore. That's well broken. I changed the battery and it still doesn't work. The actual circuit board inside's cracked. I won't start the engine, but I'll turn the ignition on. If I can wedge the steering wheel open with my leg. I have to put the camera down for a second. Oh dear. Loads of professional work here. There we go. It's got a clock, which is wrong. There we go. And the cool thing is, we don't get any bad lights on this thing, which is nice. When we do run it, it's just under 100,000 miles, just about ready to clock over. You even come with a generous amount of fuel as well. On this thing, the fuel tank is massive. It's got a 90-litre fuel tank. It's really big. Should last a while, that. I do like how you get a clock and not a rev counter. You never shorten what time it is, are you? But yeah, I'm not going to run the engine, like I say, because the cam belt in this has never been changed. And the previous keeper had this vehicle for 10 years, and he didn't know when the cam belt was changed before. He had it, so it's well ready. And from what I've seen, peeking through the little crack in the, there's a little gap in the timing belt cover. Oh, it looks ready to go. I tell you, it looks rough. So I've already ordered one of those. I've got one on order. And yes, it's all ready to, it's all, well, when I get through the post, probably next week, hopefully. If this, the reason why I'm inside the van is because it's really windy outside. Just look at it on these trees, look. Lashing around. This is actually quite a calm spell. We've got a bit of sunshine coming through. So yeah, so when people look back on this video in the future, this is the great storms of 2020, early 2020, where we had all the severe flooding in Wales, South Wales, and all that and the other. Probably going to look back on this and think, oh, that's nothing compared to what we got nowadays. And of course, the reason, like I say, why I'm in here is because the wind noise will be so bad, you won't be able to hear me. Whether that's a blessing or a curse, I don't know. So yeah, anyway, it's going to be turned into a little micro camper, this thing. So plenty of room in the back for me to sleep lengthways in, which is nice. It's very dark in the back, but I can live with that. Believe me, lighting's not going to be a problem. Yeah, never had one of these things before. Never thought I'd ever buy a van, put it that way. But it's got the nice HDI engine in, the 2-litre HDI. the DW10 engine, I think it is. This much, there we go. It has got a fault code. Skip the 01 on the end. It's the fault code. It's a fault code 6060, which is linked back to an ECU microprocessor fault. I've had my diagnostic kits hooked up to this thing, and it has got that code. Although that shows it up as an unknown code, but the Delphi kit that I've got does show it up as that code. I'm not too concerned about it, to be honest, because I've had vehicles with that code on it before. And funny enough, it turned out to be the lambda sensor causing it, of all things. I don't know if this has got a lambda sensor or not on it. I don't think it will have, with it being the age, so it's going to be some other sensor messing up. Bit of play in the gear stick. Yeah, when I'm used to sticking a cricket bat on the floor and then wiggling it around like the old bloody Fiat I've got there, it's nothing. I can live with that, no problem. The French do like their ashtrays, don't they, eh? And what a cool design that is. So yeah, in terms of features, this thing's got, it's got Armstrong special windy windows, so no electric windows, which I can live with. It's a van, isn't it? No problem. No electronic mirrors, sadly, which again I can live with, which looks like it's seized up. This van's been stood a while. Windy windows do work quite nice. The button on the end's a bit sticky, but I'm pretty sure it wouldn't take much to actually retrofit decent mirrors, decent electronics into this. If ever I could be bothered to do it. The Armstrong specials just work, don't they? The only thing I would like to change is the one on that side, because if you change that side to electric, it means you're not going to, lean over. I don't mind the driver's side being manual. The guy did change the radio. He had Halfords fit that, which is fine. It's got a USB on it. Didn't think it did, but it has. Mega bass, of course, Mega bass. So I'm thinking of putting an Android 10.1 inch display here, which I've got spare, which will be nice. This made me laugh. It's like we've got a vent here, look, and I'm guessing there's vents supposed to be there as well, or probably speakers maybe, I don't know. I don't know if they're supposed to be vents to blow on the windscreen or the side windows, but there's a side window vent just there above the other vent, so who don't know what that's for. But this made me laugh because I just gave it a bit of a wiggle and pulled it out, and I found out that when you've got your blowers going, there's a vent here which is blowing air behind the dashboard, and the cover blocks it. So yeah, if the camera, there you go, look, get the aperture to open up a bit. Yeah, so that vent is just there, not blocked off or anything, blowing air into the dashboard. Which I thought was quite humorous. I don't know what this is. That's supposed to be a cup holder or something, or maybe a panel for extra switches. I do like doing this because I can what do you call it? I can look for all of the extras. What the higher up vans get. It's like we've got two switches here, look, that are not there. What's that? Front and rear fogs, maybe? Well, rear fogs are going to be on the column. There you go. So rear fogs is there. It's got a horn. Yeah, horn on the stalk, not on the. Have to remember that. Yeah. Got lights. Oh, it's got an extra one in there. It's got a 0 and a line. I'll have to look at the handbook, see what the line means. Yeah. Dogs in the house are going crazy for some reason. Don't know why. There's only me in the house at the moment. It's got a collapsible steering wheel. Oh, it does. It's got an adjustable steering wheel, I think. Oh, it does. Oh, that's much better. I always thought the steering wheel was a bit too low for me. I didn't realise it was adjustable. There you go. That's much better. I can actually see from my view now, the steering wheel was down here and I couldn't see what speed I was doing. Now I can bring the wheel up and actually see what the dials are. Much better. Yeah, so the previous keeper of this, he used to run a gardening business. And he used to have lawn mowers and things in the back. Let's have a look, shall we? There's not much in the back really, but yeah, lawn mowers and things are in the back. It's got a nice sheet of checkboard there, which I can repurpose. And my plan is to run seating down one side of the van, collapsible seating, so I can have it as a 5-seater, just 2 seats, and the seats will hopefully at the same time then turn into what do you call it? Turn into a bed, because I'm going to have lay flat seats like the ones that's in the Transit Torino, I think it's called, the Transit Torino from 2010 to 2014. The seats are really nice in that. They sit quite high up, so you sit in a nice seating position. They've got a built-in seatbelt spool. I'm going to use that lovely tracking that they put seats on in like buses and coaches and things. Have that bolted through the bolts with really washers on the other side, so it's going to be nice and secure. And then bolt the seats to those, so I've not got to drill holes in the panelling or anything. And the other cool thing is those seats will then be completely removable. So I'll have a nice long corridor running all the way down the length of the van. This side I'm going to use for, or I'm not sure on which side I'm going to go for yet. But one side I am going to have kitchen cupboards and things. I'm not too fussed about having this door accessible because I have got the door on both sides, a sliding door. What I might do is have the kitchen cupboards run all the way to the back and have this as a sliding door where I can just get in a bit if I need to. And kitchen cupboards just say here, and a workspace. Some cupboards at the top here. It'll be quite nice, I do think. I'm even tempted to put some cupboards along the roof here at the top, just at the back there. In terms of a garage, I'm not going to have a garage in this, I don't think, as such, because of, well, what it is. I can live with things around the seats, where the seat's going to be on the floor. Along this, let's just spin the camera around. Along the back of these seats here, you know, I wouldn't mind a bulkhead actually, putting in this thing. There's plenty of places for it to bolt to, and I really wouldn't mind trying to find a bulkhead for this. So I might try and get one and then adapt it so it's got a sort of slidey door on it. And I do know that this seat, you can get one where it folds flat, so that I don't have to keep getting out of the van. Not that it's a massive problem, but so this seat, this middle seat, folds down and you can have it as a bit of a table, which would be nice. I wouldn't mind getting that. Maintenance and guarantee. Let's see if it's got any service history. Oh, it did have some service history. 2005. Oh, it's like the first one. After that, it's probably not had any more. Yeah. Oh, okay. Service history ends at the first one. That's nice. Thankfully, the previous keeper looks like he used to get this thing serviced regularly. The oil filter on it is nice. I used to have one of those mobile phones back in the day. I used to have one of those. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. We got a handbook. Nice. It's never had the security code pulled off it, look. It's not much good now because the radio doesn't exist anymore, but no one's ever looked or pulled the security code off. Kind of sad, really. I would have liked to have had the original stereo, just so to say I've got it, and that's what it looked like when it was new. Yeah, so not much in terms of paperwork, but I've got a bit of history with the previous MOTs and whatnot. Haven't got the V5 come through yet. Frick's only bought this yesterday. Literally saw it on the internet knew where the van was, emailed the people, didn't really want to wait around. So I went to the house. I knew exactly where the house was because I was actually doing a computer repair job at one point around the corner, and I remember the van. He's got a spinny vent on the roof, which I've got to tell you, that's what sold it for me. You know, this thing could have been a complete write-off, but the fact it's got that on the roof, ever since I was a kid, I always wanted a vehicle with one of those on the roofs. I always wanted to put one on that thing. I think it would look good on that. But yes, I didn't know it had storage up here either. Yeah, all the cool stuff. Sun visors and things. I wanted to go for the high roof variant, but yeah, the high roof isn't really easy to get. So instead I just went for this one. The price was really right, so I went for it.